tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully,
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway, and that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Off play action. Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Cameron Sample. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Herbert now. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
On the ground, it's Eckler. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
2nd and 5 now. Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Draw play. It's Eckler. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
24.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Hopkins' kick is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. That catch good for only a couple.
Out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They go play action with Burrow. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Running left, it's Mixon. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd from 13 yards out. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Bengals 7, Chargers 3. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 69 yards. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 10-7.
Bengals 7. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Bengals 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? but I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when you see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. They had to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow will throw. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. Burrow looking to pass. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he'll let one go deep for Howard. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 33. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Back deep is Boston Scott. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Second and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step toward forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Flush to his right. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase there to make the grab. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Chargers 24, Bengals 21.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A big game that time for the Chargers. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Here's Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Mixon with a 1st down and more. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got that. His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Charger drive about to get going. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And he's in for a touchdown. Final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. 1 play and into the end zone.
Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalid Kareem. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack on 1st down, Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throwing left side, it's complete. Then he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Once more, here's Eckler. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Herbert. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. That's tough there, starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
And I was just about to remark how controlled the game they were here in this third quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead will shrink to 6. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Running on first down, Eckler. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Eckler, they run left side. And he's got this one down to the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. It's Eckler again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. This ball tipped and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD? And now here's another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
On the give, this is Eckler. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Chargers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Bengals 28. Dustin Hopkins set to go.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Burrow on play action. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Bengals.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. That's to Chase, he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
Bengals 35.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
Check nickel. Switch.
A handoff. It's Eckler. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ty Long now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, the return is Scott. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 22-yard
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. That's caught by Howard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First down.
Flush, and the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Joey Bosa in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now it's Mixon running right. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Here's Burrow. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To throw, Burrow. He will find his man Chase, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. The quick slant caught. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's third and 3. Now Burrow. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. McPherson now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Chargers 47, Bengals 42. Evan McPherson to kick off.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20.
Roberts on the return. The Chargers take over first and 10. Their own 10-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Second and 6. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Now it's Herbert. Steps away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big gain that time for the Chargers. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth.